Hello and welcome to episode 47 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. As you can see, form's dropped off a little bit. We've slipped down the league table somewhat. I'll just let you see in the schedule what's happened. So following the defeat to Newcastle, we went on to lose quite convincingly at Sheffield United. We recovered at Crystal Palace, but then we got hammered by Portsmouth again. So we're a bit on of a win-lose scenario at the minute. We've recovered again at Bristol City. And in today's episode, we're going to have an away game at Huddersfield and a home game at QPR. So unless we take all 6 points, I think automatic promotion is well and truly off the cards. I think we're now just looking at cementing a playoff place. So stay tuned and I'll take you through the lineup for the first game. And welcome back. So starting lineup for the first match away at Huddersfield is Ripley in goals. Got Wallace and McNamara in the full-back positions. Johnson and Palmer-Brown in centre of defence. Tavares and Thibaut take up the midfield positions with Murphy and Williams playing out on the wings. Mags and Dunn continue up front. Dunn swapped to a deep line forward role just to try and stem the tide and give us a little bit more defensiveness. When he was in the poacher role, he didn't seem to do too much in getting the ball back. So we've just tweaked it slightly while we're on a bit of a bad run of form. It's pretty much our strongest team. It's certainly at the back. Midfield, I think that is probably our best two centre midfielders. You would have a little bit of an argument that Thompson would be in there if he wasn't suspended. And again, I think wing-wise, we're probably in the strongest we've got there as well. So we'll get into the dressing room and we'll tee the players up for this first match. Huddersfield considerably lower than us in the table, but we've been on a bit of inconsistent form. Since we had them games, quick succession against fourth and second when we got beat by Newcastle in the dying minutes of that game. And to be honest, it took me a long time to stop sulking after that because we'd done so well for 90 minutes and that last minute winner against our 10 men was a bitter pill to swallow. But we'll put it behind us now. We'll move on and we'll see if we can get 3 points at Huddersfield to potentially keep the dream alive. So we go, Murphy with a free kick from the edge of the box, and it goes, and it's just been nipped over. So that was an early chance for us to maybe get our noses in front, which we haven't taken. We'll just see how the game develops. I'm hoping that Mags and Dunn can get on a bit of form. They've not been as prolific in recent games as they were earlier on in the season. And we really need to get them firing again. I'm not sure what's going on, why they haven't got so many chances. I don't know if it's the players behind them, if it's them themselves, or if the teams around us have just got a little bit better. But cornering from Huddersfield then, McNamara clears it off the line. So after our first chance in the first minute or so, play seemed to have swung back in Huddersfield's favour. And again, we just have to make sure that we find a way to stem that tide. I'm just going to shout for more from the players. Most of them have reacted reasonably well to that. We need to get the ball back down their end and forge some chances of our own. It's been a bit unfortunate on good old, so good they named him twice, Abdul Malik. He was fulfilling the attack and playmaker role. Dunn got suspended for a few games, but he's back now. I personally prefer to have the two centre forwards at the minute. It's done as well up until this stage of the season. Like I said, I think we're at best going to finish in playoffs now. Last I checked, I think we were 8 points behind Newcastle with 6 games to go. It would be some slip up from them if we were able to capitalise and make that ground up in 6 games. It's unlikely. You can see they've just equalised against Forest there. So I think it's just a bit of a stretch. But we'll see. We'll give it a go. Step 1 is hopefully getting a win against Huddersfield. So in at half time, not too many chances. The games we were having earlier on in the season, playing this way, we were getting close to 20 shots per game. XG was high. We're not pulling our weight at the minute, and I can't quite put my finger on what's changed. We're really struggling at left back. I've let a lot of players go out on loan this season, and when everyone's fit, it's fine. but we've had some injuries and suspensions, certainly at left back, which we've had to play Yagni in there. Thompson's played in there. Tebow's played in there. So I think everybody this season's had a little turn at left back. Needs must and all that, but again, it's not getting us what we need. Just going to demand a little bit more. McNamara having a bit of a stinker at right back. Might just see if we can change him as the worst performing player. He's on a yellow card. We'll get Ryan Leonard on there. He's pretty capable and he's fairly fit as a midfielder, so he should be able to get up and down the channel if necessary. So 25 minutes to go. Game really fizzling out, this one. It's certainly not a spectator's dream. Just going to also swap Dunn back to a poacher's role. See if that can make any difference. Maybe leave him up there a little bit longer. So if we do get the ball on the break, there's someone to get it to early doors. 20 minutes to go then. Shout a bit of encouragement. Murphy's won the ball back in the midfield. Dunn plays it back out to Murphy on the left-hand side. Wallace with the overlap. And that's a poor ball. But Wallace gets another chance into Tavares. Wallace over the top. Mags. Oh, is it the post? Gets the follow-up. And yes, that's his 19th goal of the season. I seem to remember earlier on, and somebody quote me on this if it's true, but I did suggest that Mags and Dunn might both get to 20 goals this season. Well, Mags is nearly there with 6 games to go. I'm not sure if Dunn's going to make it, but I'll have a check on his goal scoring at some point. So it looks like Huddersfield's got themselves a chance now. Not long after we've taken the lead, a chance for them to get back in the game. And yeah, O'Brien from the edge of the box has put them straight back on level pegging. Unfortunately for us. Can we just get our noses in front one final time? 10 minutes to go. Certainly got the better of the XG, but with time running out and a game of very few clear-cut chances, I'm not sure we're going to be able to just nick this one over the line. Hopefully in this episode, though, we will be able to secure that playoff place. And if that is the case, we won't go through the rest of the games of the season. We'll just bring you back in the next episode for the playoffs, like we have done previously with Wealdstone and Exeter. So final minute then, it looks like an away point at Huddersfield. Again, in terms of the club vision from the start of the season, I think overall we've got to be happy. It's a game I would have liked us to have won just to keep the dream alive. But in all honesty, I think Newcastle and Norwich are just a little bit better than us. So we're 10 points away now, 15 points left up for grabs. I think at best now we're just looking at maybe trying to catch Watford to get a favourable draw in the playoffs. So stay tuned, I'll click us through and get us ready for the second game of the episode. And I'll bring you back shortly and we'll see how we get on. And welcome back for the home game against QPR. So starting lineup for today is Ripley in goals. Wallace and McNamara carry on at fullback. Howie steps into the centre defence alongside Palmer Brown. Got Tavares and Tebow continue in the middle of the park. Murphy and Williams carry on the wings with Mags and Dunn continuing up front. I'm going to put him back to his poacher role, Dunn, because that's what his natural position is. And Dunn, I've checked through, he's 14 goals for the season, so he needs 6 in 5 games if he wants to just get ahead of Mags in their own personal little duo they've got going on. To see who's going to be top scorer for the club. Again, for the first season for the both of them and being so young, that's pretty good goal tally, to be honest. I think a lot of players, even in real life, would be quite happy with that. Let's go out and see if we can end this with a bang. I've been looking at save ideas for the beta when it comes out 2 weeks before the release date of Football Manager 22, and I'm thinking honestly, I think I've chose to go as Vicenza for the beta save. A lot of people have been going for top level clubs, Man City's, Man United's, Newcastle's, Barcelona's, all that sort to try out the new game. But I'm actually thinking if I go for a championship equivalent in Italy, it'll give me a better chance of using the scouting system and the transfer system to see how I can improve teams. So Again, that'll be posted up not long after the beta's released. As I'm talking there, QPR have taken the lead against us. So again, yeah, if you're interested in watching the beta save with Vicenza, just keep an eye out. It'll be on the same day that the beta's released. So it should be a good season, a good save. Back to the present then with Millwall. 15 minutes into the game, we find ourselves 1-0 down. Possibly against the run of play. I don't think we've looked particularly bad in terms of stats or play. I just think they've had the one chance that we haven't. So I'm not going to panic yet. Maybe panic after half time. But I'm hoping we should be able to get on level pegging by then. Still playing the attacking formation. Just not creating as many chances as we previously have. QPR quite low down in the table as well, so I would expect us to be dominating this game, and we are in terms of possession, but just not in terms of shots on target. So maybe if in possession we take off the work into the box and leave it on a bit of a free-for-all, we might take a few more longer shots and have a few more chances. So we'll see how we get on, see if it makes much of a difference. Obviously, it'll take a good 10-15 minutes, so we'll see at half-time if that's made any real impact into the number of chances created. What I have seen is our possession's gone down by doing that. QPR with another chance from a corner then, and they've gone 2-0 up. So in terms of staying in the automatic promotion, this has been a bit of an unmitigated disaster. I'm really not impressed. Josh Murphy didn't usually make a sub before half time. He's testing my patience. McNamara again not playing particularly well at right back. We just seem to have faded off. We had that great run of games mid-season to get us up into the playoffs and competing for that automatic promotion slot. But since then, the defeat of Newcastle, we just seem to have gone into a little bit of free fall. So yeah, I'm massively disappointed with the players. We will stay attacking. We'll shout some encouragement just to kick the half off, to try and lift morale a little bit. So there you go. You've got a few little happy faces on there. Going to get Murphy off because he's not affecting the game in a positive way. Mason Bennett comes on. Don't know why I didn't do it the first time. Maybe it's my assistant manager telling me to leave him on, but no. So there we go, 53 minutes gone, 2-0 down. Ripley on the ball. Can we work a chance from the back? Wallace up into Mags. He's got a chance to burst through. He has a shot and it's not too far away, but again, he perhaps should have played in his partner up front. Coming up to the hour mark. Again, fairly even. I would say we slightly edge them on stats, but I am going to take McNamara off because he's having a stinker. We don't have another traditional right back, so Leonard comes on in his place. I've already been looking towards the next season. I think a number of players coming back from loan. We did take the youth prospects at left and right back. They should get integrated back into the squad. We'll look to keep some of our key players, and then we'll pick a couple key areas to try and strengthen. I think we're all right up top. It might be good if we could get Mags on a permanent deal, which is something we'll look at. Maybe a goalkeeper. But this is hiding, and this is the last few games have been like this. Although normally we've been winning the home games, losing the away games, but yeah, it's either we dominate or we get dominated. There's no real in between. So I've got to find a way to pick it up because we don't want to get into the playoffs on a run of form like this because we will be out in the first round. And again, let me know in the comment section, anyone who's been in this situation before where your season's been going great, you've not really changed anything and it's just capitulated. And I can't quite put my finger on it yet. I might have to click back to and analyse some of the earlier games and the starting lineups. It may be that we have to step away from the two up front and just come in with the attacking playmaker for a little bit more stability and a bit more ball winning. currently we've got the 3 players in on that attacking role. We've got 5 on defensive, 2 on support. We just might need to rebalance that slightly. Looks like QPR have another chance to maybe go 4-0 up before the end of the game, which I think would be a bit of a shame on our team, because I don't think we've been as bad as a 4-0. But there they go. Joe Rolls sticks the 4th one in against us. So this is it's first in a while. I think we've had a double losing episode. And it's such a shame, because we were really pressing for that automatic promotion spot, and since that double 6-pointer episode, it's all gone wrong. Got to find a way to boost morale. I think probably hold a team meeting with the players, find some way to G them up. I'll have a look and see how far we are off confirming a playoff place. But yeah, it's a concerning situation. So there we go. We're 8 points into the playoffs with 12 points up for grabs. So I'm pretty sure we will definitely finish in a playoff position. Newcastle have been caught by Watford, which is quite surprising. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. It's a shame we're just on a slide towards the end of the season, but I'll see if I can pick us up before we get to the playoffs. And I'll bring you back in the next episode for that. Probably the second of the playoff games. I'll play the first playoff game, I'll bring you in for the second, and then it'll either be the playoff final or it'll be the end of season review. So once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Hit a thumbs up if you like the episodes, even though we've been beat. Don't punish me for that. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to make sure you don't miss out. Take care, and I'll see you soon.